All right, guys, YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, please. Listen, update on Wendi Adelson. There's grumblings. There's grumblings. I don't have any proof of what I'm about to tell you. Okay, I just want to explain some things to you, and there's some grumblings of some things. Okay. All right. All right. That case is in Florida. Okay. So far, every person that's been convicted, arrested, has been convicted. One person took a plea to testify against the rest of them. They've used the grand jury every time. Okay. Not everywhere has a grand jury. Florida does, but you don't have to use it. Okay. We didn't charge with rarely with the grand jury. You can do it off the police narrative and their information and the accompanying information and witness statements and shit. You can take probable cause to a judge and get an arrest warrant. You just have to have probable cause. Okay. But you can also use the grand jury, and they use that. They meet for 6 months at a time, and then they just take all the cases that they have, and they put them before them. The grand jury, I believe it's 20. It's 24 people, and they decide whether there's probable cause to go ahead with the case or not. That's all. It's nothing like beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, that's a way high burden. This is probable cause. Does the state have enough evidence that a reasonable jury of 12, if it's a capital case, 6 if it's something else, in Florida anyway, could a reasonable group of people that don't know anything about it, from the facts the state has presented, could they possibly come up with a guilty verdict for that and be unanimous? Could that happen? If they feel like they don't have enough evidence for that, then they won't. If they do, if they say they have enough evidence that they think a jury could possibly not, because they don't hear the defense sides, guys. This is a totally one-sided thing. This is the prosecutor, okay, a judge, and the grand jurors. There's no defense or anything there. There's no one defending anybody. All right? They're presenting the evidence that they have, the state has. Okay? Now, prosecutors do this for a few different reasons. Because again, it's optional in Florida. You can charge this off the evidence. You don't have to do this grand jury shit. All right? And well, they do it for a few reasons. It's a high-profile case, and everyone knows about it. They'll do the grand jury. And, okay, all right, so if a prosecutor thinks they don't have enough evidence, but they're being pressured by the community or the family, sometimes just the fucking family pressuring the shit out of them every day. Well, we know they did it. Well, they try to explain to them, well, but I don't have enough evidence for a jury of people that don't know your family member or whoever, and that don't know all this shit, and they can't, they don't. These people don't understand that. It's just we know we did it, and because of this, and they don't understand how the rules of evidence work and all that shit, right? And sometimes you can't reason with them. So that the state doesn't think they have enough evidence. Well, they'll give it to the grand jury, and then if the grand jury comes back and they indicted, well, because they say a grand jury will can indict a ham sandwich. They say that because it's one sided. It's just what the state has. Usually, if they have enough, they're going to come back with probable cause to take them to trial, right? But if they come back with, yep, there's enough to tie it over to trial, though, then they have to do it. And then when they lose, no prosecutor wants to lose, but when they lose and they say, well, I told you I didn't have enough, man. The grand jury, I had, right? Okay. Or there's another thing that they can do. If it's a high profile case and they do have enough evidence, but they don't want to try them for whatever reason, political pressure, the state's attorney is an elected official. Could be personal reasons, could be getting paid, could be getting bribed, could be one of these devil worshippers. This is what I'm getting at here. Then the state will go in there and they will give a weak case, knowing they got way better, way more. They'll give some because it's a secret deal. The grand jury is a whole secret thing. The thing behind it is the people don't even half the time know that it's going to the grand jury. That is a secret deal. You have to keep that shit secret. All right? So they can go in there. No one will know. It's just the judge and these jurors that are just picked. They don't know anything that's going on. They can put whatever the fucking evidence they want up there. No one's gonna second guess them or doubt them. Say, well, what about family's not allowed there, the victim, none of that. Okay, it's just that. And if they will purposely put up a weak case, and then the grand jury comes back and says, well, we're not putting forth an indictment. That's it. It's done. Well, I tried my best. I tried my best. See, so there's a number of reasons. Now, we're going to see exactly here. Well, again, it's a secret thing, so we'll never find out. We'll never get the transcripts or anything of it. That's the problem here. So we'll never know. We got to see what, because I'm telling you, Wendi, this is how they do it. Every time one of them gets convicted, they put it in motion for the next one. And the only ones left are her and her dad, Harvey. He's 80-something years old. She's next. And they have enough evidence against her for sure. For sure. For them to just arrest her, they don't even need the grand jury for this. They have plenty to arrest her probable cause. 100%. But I'm pretty sure they're wanting to do it. Maybe they'll surprise us and just arrest this one. They've used the grand jury for the rest of them. But so don't be surprised if it comes back. Or we're going to see if they tell us that they did it and one did not, and they didn't bring back an indictment, then we know that the state's dirty. Although they've convicted everybody else, they haven't been up against the devil worshippers yet, though. That's Harvey and Wendi, not the rest of them. Harvey and Wendi. They're the masterminds. They're the ones the farthest removed from the evidence. That's why they haven't been arrested yet. They have enough for Wendi, though. She fucked up a bunch of times. That's her fault. They have plenty of evidence just to arrest her without the grand jury. But it's high profile. And again, they've done it for the rest of them. If they don't return an indictment on her, it's because they got to the state and threatened them, paid them, some shit. I'm telling you. Okay? Because there's little grumblings of some things down there like that. Okay? So we'll see. We should know something pretty soon on that, I would think, on this Wendi Adelson deal. Okay? Well, I guess I just wanted to update you on that. And Gypsy's been quiet. And just as soon as I said something, Gypsy's been quiet. As soon as I said that and uploaded the last video, when I said it in there, I said, I'm going to leave Gypsy alone because she's been quiet. I'm telling you guys, you can't make this shit up. As soon as I did that and went to upload the video, I went and refreshed my shit, and the little bell up there had 3 or 4 in there. I looked down, there's the Ash Blonde 6, man. There she is talking about, Dee Dee will never be exonerated for all the abuse she did to Gypsy. Yep. So she's back up again. So I don't know. I may have to talk a little bit about GYPSY Rose Blanchard again, but in any event, I'll see you in the next video, guys.